Have fun, Charlie.
All right, I'm going to have fun. Please. Have fun. Have fun, Ella.
Please, for goodness sakes, have fun.
Have fun, Grant.
Have fun.
Sorry, buddy.
Hello, folks. Good to have you with us on Red Barn Radio. I'm Brad Becker. We continue to celebrate the 20th season of Red Barn Radio, and tonight we welcome you to show number 785. 785 shows. Jay Skaggs, our guest this evening, is a songwriter and a really neat guitar player from Boone County. From our first contact, there seemed something really quirky about what he does, about the paths he's chosen and the range of experiences he's had living here and there, doing this and that. We knew Jay would provide Red Barn listeners not only with some great music, but also some really colorful stories. He's brought a fine band of players with him this evening, and I know you're going to enjoy the next hour or so we spend together. Welcome Jay Skaggs to the Red Barn stage.
I find it hard to ignore the noise of the grinding of the gears. You can take it year for year. Nothing changes when you're living life in fear. You can't love no one when you're living life in fear. Some say every little thing's gonna go wrong when it wants to. Dollar menu, Monday night blues. Even Murphy's Law don't answer to God. You make a mess, you pick it up, you move on. There ain't nothing you can really scream or say. Someday you'll die, we'll all sing these words the same. Well, ain't it confusing, sort of amusing, what a good feeling can do. If you're dying, or you're still trying, well, I'm gonna carry a flame for you. Well, I've seen the earth inside the universe in a million reasons why. All the answers undefined. If you behave yourself and learn to wait, we're all here to consume and create. Golded messages, folded perfect, and peace to your neighbor, and a good conversation. Well, ain't it confusing, sort of amusing, what a good feeling can do. If you're dying, or you're still trying, well, I'm gonna carry a flame for you. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to Red Barn Radio. Wherever in the world you're listening, welcome to Roots Music Southern Style. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn Radio's official radio partner, NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen online at weku.org. Red Barn Radio is supported by Visit Lex, Lexington, Kentucky's Convention and Visitors Bureau. More information on what Lexington has to offer is at visitlex.com. LexArts, Lexington, Kentucky's premier cultural development, advocacy, and fundraising organization, working for the development of a strong and vibrant arts community as a means of enhancing the quality of life in Central Kentucky. Follow Red Barn Radio on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Here's the host of Red Barn Radio to tell us more about tonight's performers.
In his 28 years on the planet, Jay Skaggs has traveled all over, done a crazy variety of things, from living out of his truck here and there to working on a marijuana farm in California. He adopted a really cool style of two-finger guitar picking, which is great to watch and better to listen to. Jay is partnered with some fine players for this show tonight. Joining him on the Red Barn stage is Grant Curless on lap steel, Charlie Overman on bass and mandolin, vocal harmony, and Ella Webster on fiddle. We got some talk and some tunes with Jay Skaggs tonight on Red Barn Radio.
Thank you. So that last song was called Carry a Flame. This one's called Dank Williams. I've been howling at the moon, I've been thrown out of the bar. Like an old Hank Williams tune, I've been living and it's been hard. Holy moly, me oh my, I got feelings I can't hide. Write 'em down and memorize, sing 'em back to you with pride. And hey, good looking, look what I've been cooking up for you. Hey, hey, good looking, look what I've been fixing up for you. I'm so lonesome I get high, I'm so bored that I could cry. They ought to call me Hank the Five, I've been losing all this life. Someday the fates will shine upon me, and the word will come down from thee, and the Lord will rain down on me, and we all get what's in store. Sometimes I don't know what to choose, and the sentiment escapes me. Like an old Hank Williams tune, I'm really trying, man, I make it. And hey, good looking, look what I've been cooking up for you. Hey, hey, good looking, look what I've been fixing up for you. Thank you. Yeah, so that song obviously I took a couple inspirations from Hank Williams, but it's dank. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Yeah. Yeah, you can find that. It's not recorded yet, really. There was an old demo recording I had, but I took it down. I guess I just realized I was going to say you could find it somewhere, but you can't. So this song's called "Okay Lucky You." This is a song we recorded together actually when we first met. We all got together, and I was wanting to put together a little demo CD of some songs, and someone reached out to me because I put out on social media I was looking for a band. Someone reached out to me and told me to contact Ella, and Ella just brought these guys. I didn't know them. I didn't know she was bringing them, and we just got along and cut those songs, yeah. So this is one of them. It's called "Okay Lucky You." Okay. brain dead and fried, and I smoke out my mind till I'm too afraid to look you in the eye. Anxiety's a whore, and I can't do my chores. If I had a hell to give, well, I'd give it to you. If I could give it all to you. And settle in the hard times, what could be worse? These are the hard times. We're getting through the hard times, as far as I can tell. These are the hard times. Well, I can't find my thoughts or motivation to talk. These feelings I'm feeling just can't be explained. These feelings are chasing my good times away. Well, alright and okay. Okay, lucky you. And settle in the hard times, what could be worse? These are the hard times. We're getting through the hard times, as far as I can tell. These are the hard times. Thank you. Sorry if I took a little. Cool, all right. Well, let's see here. That was called Okay Lucky You. Yeah, that song's called Okay Lucky You, and we've got actually another video of that song we did with Covered Bridge Media. I want to shout him out. Covered Bridge Media, if you've not heard of him, is a guy by the name of Brady Weiss, and he records people in the region, the Kentucky region, mostly eastern Kentucky, well, kind of everywhere, I guess. But yeah, he does great work, and you can find that on there if you Google it somewhere. Yeah. Anyway, this next song here is called Planting Seeds. Like most of these songs, you can't really find them anywhere except maybe like 2 or 3 on here. So here we go. Well, I used to be afraid to claim my name. I kept it in a box and I turned my head away. That's all changing, change is coming today, today. Well, I used to be afraid to live my life. I could take that big long sleep, never open up my eyes. That's all changing, that's all changing today, today, today. And it gets like this from time to time when you're planting seeds. Really gets that way from time to time, from time to time. You settle down and watch the garden grow. Maybe I'll stop smoking smokes, start learning how to dance. I could take time if I ever get the chance. That's all changing, change is coming for me and you and you and you. And it gets like this from time to time when you're planting seeds. Really gets that way from time to time, from time to time. You settle down and watch the garden grow. All right, we got that, yeah. So that's a new one, yeah. Get a little water here. You know, I gotta say, I'm not used to the lights and the cameras. This is an experience. Are you guys used to the lights and the cameras?
Lights, maybe cameras, not
Yeah.
really.
No. No?
Just different.
It's just different, yeah.
Anyway.
See where I put my finger picks at here. All right, so this next song is called Marigold Sky. It's kind of written pretty much verbatim about looking at photographs of old family photos, and yeah, every lyric is just about verbatim what the photograph looks like. But if you didn't know, it just kind of sounds colorful, I guess. What's so funny? It does sound colorful.
Like a colored picture. I mean, I thought that was
Yeah.
making a pun.
No, I wasn't. That's funny. All right. 1, 2, 3. It's gonna drive me nuts. Let me tune a string here. I guess it's not professional to tune on the show. All right. 2, 3. Whoa, whoa, marigold sky. Hey, hey, black and white guy. You're looking at me, I'm looking back at you. Staring at life with a brand new point of view. Hey, hey, looking cool, man. Whoa, whoa, looking slick, and you're standing in the water with your sunglasses in hand. Look at your chick and her babe in the sand, and I know you just can't stand the heat. Everything seems like a dream to me now. Everything seems like a dream to me now. Everything feels like a dream. to me now. Whoa, whoa, Marigold Sky. Hey, hey, what a nice time to be standing over us in our time of need. Give me all my space I need to breathe. Leave me to my room so I can grieve. And I know I just can't stand the heat. Everything seems like a dream to me now. Everything feels like a dream to me now. Everything seems like a dream to me now.
All right. Hey, our guest this evening on Red Barn Radio is Jay Skaggs, and he's here with a band who you can see if you're watching and hear if you're listening. Hope you're enjoying things as much as we are. And Jay, it's great to finally meet.
Yeah, it is.
Feel
Thanks
like
for
we've
having us.
been back and forth a few times, and
A few months, yeah, a
been
few months.
A long time coming.
No, it's good. The honestly, the reschedule was great for us. We were able
Oh,
to
good.
become a band more. You know, we had just started playing, and it honestly, yeah, I think we all agree that it was better to wait anyway.
Oh, well, perfect.
It worked out, yeah.
All right. All right. Well, then it was better for us too.
Good.
So you come from Boone County, Kentucky, which is in northern Kentucky. I think first of all, I should maybe start with a Boone County question, which is about Florence.
Okay.
The water tower on
Right.
Route 75 going up to Cincinnati. The water tower says Florence Y'all.
Florence Y'all.
Can you tell the story of that?
I do know the story. Of
I
that.
figured
Are
you
you
would.
testing me? You're testing me.
No, I knew you would.
Yeah, I know the story. I think I'm not sure when it was, if it was in the 80s or 70s or whenever it was, but they wanted to advertise for the Florence Mall on it, right? They wanted to advertise for the Florence Mall, and I guess the city said that you can't put the business on the water tower. So they
Because it's a city
right.
property.
Yeah, I guess you can't advertise the mall on the water tower. So they made it y'all, which is fitting. It makes how nice is that? And really changing an M into a Y. You kind of have to work to do that a little bit.
I would think so. I'm going to have to look at it again.
But they
and
just
think of
touched it
that.
up recently, actually.
You mean it made the Y better?
Well, they made it all better. They touched it up. It's a very vibrant water tower now.
Oh, all right. What do you have some pretty fond memories of growing up there?
Sure.
How close is that to Cincinnati where you lived?
Well, I grew up in, my parents were split, so I grew up in two different parts of northern Kentucky, really. I spent a lot of time down in Union near, and I don't know if you guys have heard of Rabbit Hash, right? Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, I'll
Union.
go back. You spent a lot of time.
Spent a lot of time in Union. Grew up there. It's where my dad's place was, up on a hill. And I just spent a lot of formative time. And then as a teenager, I went to high school in Boone County still, and hung out at Big Bone State Park, go fishing, or
Oh, yeah.
go down to the water and Rabbit Hash and have a fire. And yeah, I've got a lot of fond memories. It really is it can be pretty secluded. Like you can be a kid in Boone County and not really. Like I tell people I moved to Cincinnati. Obviously I grew up in close proximity, but when I got to be 18 or so and I actually went into Cincinnati, I didn't know how to get around, didn't know how to drive anywhere, and it really was different. But so yeah.
Yeah. Well, so I gotta tell you, I had a friend visiting earlier this summer, and I kept thinking, well, like, what are some local color things I can share with him? And we've had folks here on the program from the Rabbit Hash General Store, a
Cool.
bluegrass band, and this was years ago. And so we learned some history about Rabbit Hash
Right.
then. And I think since that time there was a big flood that took the place, or a fire maybe.
There was a fire.
Or a fire that
Yeah.
took the place out, right?
There
They
was
had
a
to
fire
rebuild it.
probably a few years ago now.
Yeah.
But yeah, they rebuilt it, and they used all the wood from buildings from that time period to. Yeah, and it smells the same. It's wild. Yeah, it smells exactly the same. Cash register's on the opposite side of the room now, but yeah, it's pretty much is the same. And I think Coca-Cola maybe even gave them some money for that sign, or they rehabbed the sign.
Well, that's cool. So I didn't get to go into the store
Yeah.
because when I got there, once we got there, we went to Big Bone Lick
Yep.
State Park,
Yep.
and by the time we got to Rabbit Hash, the store was closed. It was after 6.
Oh, yeah.
And
It
but
depends. But
there were people there, but there were a lot of people there, mostly motorcycles.
Right. Oh yeah, it's a sea of bikes,
Yeah.
especially on Sundays.
So tell folks more about Rabbit Hash and your experience there. Yeah.
So, I mean, I grew up, if anyone watching this is knowing about the area, I grew up on Hathaway Road, pretty near Riddle's Run. And, yeah, man, I mean, we would just go down on the weekends and race up the little hills by the water. You know, my dad would drink beer with dudes around, and it was just, it's, you know, it's a community spot. And I wasn't like, I didn't have a bunch of little kid friends there because, like I said, my parents were split, so I was kind of both places during the week. But yeah, no, we loved it. Creek walking and all that stuff. You know, when you're a little kid, it's formative. Like I love being outside now. It's probably a pretty big reason why.
Huh. Well, it's and Rabbit Hash is incorporated, I think, right? I mean, I think
Yeah.
they have their own sort of
Yeah, there's city limits
bylaws and stuff like that.
And of course, the animal mayors over the years. I don't
yeah.
know. I think it's a dog now.
Uh-huh.
In 2020, they had that election again, and they elected a dog. I think. Don't really remember, but yeah, there's been a goat. I think a cat, and they're responsible politicians.
What?
I'm surprised one of them's not been a donkey, because most
Yeah, right.
politicians are jackasses.
And it would have been tough to get the elephant, though. You know.
Okay, I didn't even think about that.
Right. So you'd have to have both. Right. Do you remember what it was that had you as a 12-year-old, a 7th grader, starting to put down your thoughts in song?
Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to play guitar pretty early. I think I started trying to mess with it when I was about 10 years old.
What caused that?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I remember being young and just wondering about it and asking adults about it. But I had an uncle, my great uncle Mike on my mom's side is a guitar player, and he was a rock and roll guitar player in the 60s. And he taught me a couple things when I was about 10 or 11. He taught me like some Spanish guitar licks and stuff, and a couple chords that I just kind of took with me. And yeah, I mean, I didn't have a lot of adults in my life that were playing music other than Uncle Mike.
Yeah.
Uncle Mike Boyd, yeah. But yeah, he actually, this is a fun anecdote I like to give about him, because I thought it was really cool when I was a little kid. But he actually played guitar for the Monkees before the Monkees could play guitar.
Huh?
My uncle would be like behind the curtain and playing the guitar for the Monkees. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, big Monkees fans in
Oh
this
yeah.
room.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool
That's
job.
Right.
But
Oh, that's great. That's a great story. And so it wasn't an electric guitar, though, that sort of captured your imagination?
no,
It
I
was just
definitely
guitar in general?
started with an acoustic guitar,
Yeah.
and I wasn't sure that I wanted to start with an acoustic guitar or not. I just wanted to start with something, and I think it was my mother that gave me an acoustic first and decided that I needed to know how to play the acoustic guitar before I were to try and be a rock star or play, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get some fundamentals down.
You think
but-
that's a good approach for a parent to insist on that? I mean, my parents made me play a drum pad for about 3 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Before
Well, maybe they just didn't want the drum set inside.
I
yeah.
think that's exactly what was
Yeah.
going on.
That's funny. No, I think it's probably a good approach, but also I don't think it really matters. Like if you're young and you want to start with the electric guitar, I don't know. You should. Why not?
Yeah.
But it just so happens that that's what spoke to me, and I appreciated playing chords more than riffs. I found bluegrass songs that I liked as a little kid, and honestly, that movie "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" was pretty
That have an impact on you?
opened my ears to a lot of bluegrass music because I was a little kid, and yeah, some of the first songs. Well, I think the first song I remember is a Dixie Chicks song. I think maybe "Wide Open Spaces" on the radio when I was a little kid. Just remember that.
Huh.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know that there was anything really specific that made me want to write songs. I was just interested in being a songwriter.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And then at what point in time did you feel like it was you were ready to sort of put some stuff out there?
As soon as possible. I'm when I was about 15 years old is when I recorded for the first time and heard my own voice for the first time.
And how'd that feel?
It was pretty wild, and I was definitely a little obsessed with it. My buddy, one of my best friends, Micah Sipple, who is also a huge folk music enthusiast, we were just sort of like obsessed with it together. And at that age, it's really important to have someone to be obsessed with it together. And I grew a lot, and I've got some recordings from when I was 15, and I listened to them, and it is kind of surprising. Like sometimes I'll listen to stuff and just be really shocked at. I just feel like almost nothing's changed. Like I've got some technical abilities better, but yeah, I really started playing and just kind of flew right out.
Huh. And what about Micah? Is Micah still somebody that you're in touch with? And
Oh, yeah.
How you
Yeah.
guys are good friends, and how did you
Yeah.
guys meet?
We met at school, Ryle High School, and yeah, I don't really, we just sort of, sometimes with your best buds, you kind of orbited around each other, and then he ended up inviting me to go on a trip with him and his family, and yeah, we're just good buds, and he was the first person that recorded me.
Oh, nice. Well, I ask this just because you mentioned it before that you guys were sort of co-baptized.
That's right.
And that
Well, just an anecdote about that, because I mentioned to you I went to a Christian school.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we got baptized in the Gunpowder Creek in Boone County, and it was a decision that I really felt I wanted to make, and I know some of my friends thought it was kind of weird. But
How old were you?
I was 17,
Uh-huh.
so it was, but I don't regret it. And like I was saying to you outside, I'd do it again. I don't really consider myself a Christian by any means, but you got to serve somebody, and I think that I really felt that way.
As Bob said, right?
Yeah.
And right. And so Bob went through that too. And so can you remember the scene pretty well, because it just seems
Yeah.
really kind of
Yeah,
colorful,
It was like what you would imagine. We were on the creek bed, and it didn't really. I wanted to do it, and I didn't want to do it in a little pool in a church. I wanted to do it, and I wanted to feel connected with it, and it was special. There was a group of our important people around us, and yeah.
Nice. Do you feel that your sort of history in the church sort of works its way into your music still today?
Well, I think that it did and does, because a lot of the old-time music and things that were inspiring me were talking about spirituality and
Yeah.
faith. And so I think that verbiage and those ideas naturally attached itself to my songwriting based on, because I really believe in that music when I hear it. And so, yeah, I don't know. It definitely attached to me, and I think that you can look at people that you want to look up to, and like I said, they're serving somebody, whether or not it's, I don't know. I just am born from where I'm from, and so I identified with Christianity at that age.
Yeah. All right, cool. Hey, I'm talking with Jay Skaggs here on Red Barn Radio. We got a lot more conversation and a lot more music, so stick around. Welcome back, Jay Skaggs.
All right. This is a song called Nobody Knows. Let's see where my regular pick is at. All right, we all good? Go. I'm not. All right. Well, somebody called me, they found you in pieces. Nobody knows why they left you alone. So give me a reason, I'll come right back running. Show me the way to get one step ahead. Now I can't talk to you anymore. Now nobody's seen you in years. That accent you picked up away from the house. Now nobody knows why they left you alone. Nobody knows why. You can't escape it, the life you've been shaping. Staring like Satan's got glue on your eyes. It's tightly contorted, you just can't share it. Cut ties with the brake line and head for the hill. Now I can't talk to you anymore. Now nobody's seen you in years. That accent you picked up away from the house. Nobody knows why they left you alone. Now nobody knows why. Now I can't talk to you anymore. Now nobody's seen you in years. That accent you picked up away from the house. Nobody knows why they left you alone. Sorry, I skipped a verse, guys. Sorry about that. Did you not notice? I skipped a whole verse.
I wasn't sure.
Thanks.
Well.
No, we don't need to do it again.
I thought I messed it up, so now I'm just
No, I
glad
just
that
skip
you
it.
said that
No,
to the
about every show
people.
I skip a verse, and that's just the way it is.
That's all right, man.
Yeah, so that song's called Nobody Knows. That was pretty recently written. Anyway. Okay. Song's called Mona Lisa. There's a house up on the hilltop. Once the Lord would shine on down. You can say a prayer for the ones who live there. You can't save them now, 'cause they're echoes from the past running through my mind. Mona Lisa in the morning, Leonard Skinner in my night, and I can't decide if I'm afraid or I might leap off this cliff outright. And I thought you might know, sometimes we all need to say goodbye. Everyone's been taught, sometimes we all need to say goodbye. Sometimes when you say goodbye, you don't want to, but you have to, and that's life. All them echoes from the past running through my mind. Give us someone to believe in after all this time down low. Someone with wings, or someone who sings from deep down in their soul. I thought you might know, sometimes we all need to say goodbye. Everyone's been taught, sometimes we all need to say goodbye. Sometimes when you say goodbye, you don't want to, but you had to, and that's life. I thought you might know, sometimes we all need to say goodbye. Sometimes when you say goodbye, you don't want to, but you had to, and that's life. So this next song is called 800 Years. Ready? Well, I was 2 days old when I left home with a wandering heart and a troubled soul. I miss the sun and I miss the road. Oh Lord Almighty, my God, my buddy, how's come I had to be born? Well, I was doing all right up in the sky. The other dimension was treating me right. 800 years without a fight. 800 years, say goodbye. 800 years, I'm coming back on earth to serve, and that's a fact. Don't we all go down to the station? Sometimes we don't come back. Damn it, darn it, son of a bitch. I was high on a hill, now I'm down in a ditch, digging on the prosperity. The Garden of Eden makes sense to me. Coca-Cola, Christmas Eve, home run ball, memories. The heart can't want what it can't see, so I'm rolling on to eternity. Don't we all go down to the station? Sometimes we don't come back. Thanks.
Hey, folks, we've got lots more music and conversation with Jay Skaggs, but I'd like to take just a minute to remind listeners that Red Barn live streams, both tonight's and on any Wednesday, remain available online for you to view at your convenience on the Red Barn YouTube channel. Our live video stream is also available on the weku.org website, as is our audio stream, compliments of WGAD.net in Central New York. Don't miss a single episode of our program, and folks, be sure to tell other people why you like to listen to Red Barn Radio. Maybe they will too. In 1984, the Ferris brothers from Australia decided to expand their trio to grow their sound. They developed a big and then later huge fan base with their new project, which they called In Excess. Yes, I'm talking about the supergroup In Excess. A meteoric rise to the top with a #1 hit in Australia called Original Sin clinched their national success, and the band would only a few years later achieve international success when in 1987 their hit single off the Kick album, Need You Tonight, topped the charts in the United States. Andrew Ferris is the multi-instrumentalist best known as the keyboardist, backing vocalist, and main composer for this famous band of brothers. And guess what? We caught wind that he was hanging out in Nashville, and we thought how cool it would be to get him up here to Lexington to spend an evening with our Red Barn Radio fans. Mission accomplished. Don't miss a very special program. That's next week with NXS founding member Andrew Ferris. Red Barn Radio. Listen to the live. Let's get back to tonight's Red Barn Radio program. We welcome you live on our social media platforms, broadcasting from the Arts Place Performance Hall here in the city of Lexington, Kentucky. Now please welcome back Jay Skaggs and his band to the Red Barn stage.
Thank you. This song's called Bad Dreams. Yeah.
Stranger song?
Oh, sorry, Charlie's got to get his mandolin.
Or Bad Dream.
I just kind of was feeling like playing Bad Dreams
Sure.
next. Is that all right if I
Oh,
just
yeah.
switch it up? All right.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Ready?
Yep.
Cool. Every time I close these eyes, it doesn't go away. Well, I never had it much, but I made myself okay. Aneurysm, funeralism, the funeral was staged. The mirror showed me in my casket rolling to my grave. And bad dreams come, and bad dreams go. And I've had some, you never know. And bad dreams come, and bad dreams go. It's a secret I've been holding. I ain't holding it much longer now. Well, if someone had money, we might be where you are. They don't let us up there 'cause they know we could go far. So many times I ain't been paid, so many stages I ain't played. I'm ankle biting, hard-nosed grinding ever since my first day. And bad dreams come, and bad dreams go. And I've had some, you never know. And bad dreams come, and bad dreams go. It's a secret I've been holding. I ain't holding it much longer now. So I run and run as fast as I can, but I always end up sliding right through the doorway. And I run and run as fast as I can, but I always end up sliding right through the doorway. And bad dreams come, and bad dreams go. And I've had some, you never know. And bad dreams come, and bad dreams go. It's a secret I've been holding. I ain't holding it much longer now. Let's do a song called Paid. And we'll circle back to Stranger Song after Paid. Sorry, Charlie.
I'm all good.
You good? Okay. Man, I feel like Woody Guthrie, and I look just like Mark Twain. I feel like Genghis Khan, laying waste to the plains. I got 2 cents in my pocket and 2 more in my brain. But no one wants to hear another white boy complain. Lord knows I should be grateful, and I know that I should pray. Every time I ask forgiveness, the Reverend runs away. And I know it's just believing, and it's not always the way. But I keep a sermon in my wallet and some crosses just in case. And I take a long, hard look at myself. Life is easy, but it gets harder that way. Lord knows I paid my penance. Gonna pull myself together and make it right. Well, it's a touchdown for the home team. Everyone is proud. Well, I'm locked out in the wrong scene, swimming through the sounds, heaps and hordes of feelings and opinions speaking loud. But no one wants to hear another word from the crowd. And I'll take a long, hard look at myself. Life is easy, but it gets harder that way. Lord knows I paid my penance. Gonna pull myself together and make it right. And I'll take a long, hard look at myself. Life is easy, but it gets harder that way. Lord knows I paid my penance. I'm gonna pull myself together and make it right. Thank you.
I love that song.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. That's a fun one.
Do one more here before the break, I suppose. Let's see. Anybody see my thumb pick around? Oh, there it is. Here we go. Thumb pick on the loose. All right. So now we'll play that song, Stranger Psalm. Yeah, let's get back to it. Oh, Lord. Look what's happened here. You got an extra?
I've got an extra too.
My finger
Holy
pick,
shit.
my thumb pick broke, everybody.
Woo.
Yeah.
Right.
You got one? Wow,
Look at that.
All right,
It's
cool.
almost the same. Same color.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep that thing on him.
He does. Yeah, he's always got it on him. All right, so this song's called Stranger Psalm. Excuse me, I keep drinking water, and I just have to burp in every single song that I'm doing right now.
I haven't done open mouth burps, but I've been doing closed mouth
You keeping it in? Yeah. I did one of these. I turned in, but we're good. I just let it out. Is that not professional?
I don't know.
All right. Yeah, but anyway, this song is called Stranger Song. Welcome to my weekend on the shelf between the bookends. Getting drunk like I mean it, sometimes I mean it when I don't. Well, ain't it just like the morning to go searching for the evening? Man, it's just like the sun to sing a song when the moon is busy sleeping. Well, I feel like the moon is always sleeping. I'm sure you heard the purse is cursed and there's nothing in there to spend. She used to disappoint her friends, now she's making it up to them. Little by little and bit by bit. And I can hear it in the sound, I can feel it in my bones now. I can see it in my mind's eye, I can feel it all around here. This is not the game I like to play. This is not the game I like to play. But it's the game you've got me playing anyway. Hey lady, lately, ain't you seen what you're doing to me? You got me talking backwards and barking up the wrong tree. And I missed a mistake, you misplaced your switchblade. Hit your wagon to my ribcage, watch me live life and misbehave. Well, I wanna live life and misbehave. That's something, woman, she's been a strumming on my heart. July in the moonlight gets me going from the start. Under the stars we play our part, with many cigarettes to share and many wisdoms to impart. And I can hear it in the sound, I can feel it in my bones now. I can feel it all around here. I can see it in my mind's eye. This is not the game I like to play. This is not the game I like to play. It's the game you've got me playing anyway.
Hey, folks, we got Jay Skaggs with us here on Red Barn Radio tonight. Jay is here with a great band. You're enjoying them. Charlie Overman is over there playing the bass and picked up the mandolin earlier on and for a tune. Ella Webster is on fiddle, and Grant Curless is right here in front of me, waving to you and playing the lap steel, which is not really on his lap at all. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Ella, I thought I would start, Ella, with you, since you seem to be the person who brought this troupe together. Ella, tell us about you and where you came from and your training and all that stuff.
Yeah, I was born and raised here in Lexington. I can attribute my fiddle and violin playing to a lot of significant figures in my life this far, and one of them, and probably the most prominent, has been Daniel and Amy Carwile, who taught me at their classical and fiddle studio out of Lexington. I also grew up in the Lexington public school system and went to the magnet school Scapa, where I played violin. And alternatively, like half of my musical life was also going on in Eastern Kentucky. My grandparents live in Pikeville, and they've had an old-time music band called the Mule Band since the 1960s or 70s. During the folk revival is when they started it. So, yes, I can also attribute pretty much everything can be traced back to Larry and Cheryl Webster, and also the Cowan Creek Mountain Music School is something that I grew up going to and am currently a teacher at during the summertime. So yeah, I've got a mix of old time, bluegrass training, classical training. It's pretty varied.
Oh, all right. All right, you're a beautiful player.
Thank you.
Yeah. You played beautifully.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Yeah, good. Yeah. So tell us about the other folks here with you. Introduce us to Charlie, and then we'll let Charlie tell his story for a minute or so.
Charlie has a similar background to me, wherein he is also born and raised in Lexington, Kentucky, and went through the magnet school program at Bryan Station Middle and Maxwell Elementary, and was also trained on guitar as a young kid, and had the second musical life that was going on with influences in Pineville, Kentucky, where he also has grandparents who live in Eastern Kentucky, and a lot of bluegrass musicians who sort of brought him up musically. So that's Charlie for you.
Pick it up from there, Charlie.
Yeah, my mom's whole side of the family's from Harlan County, Kentucky, and my mom was actually the first one on that side born outside of Harlan. They moved to Bell County, Kentucky to Pineville, and she grew up there, which is just one county over. But I spent a lot of my time in childhood going down there and just hanging out with my grandparents and stuff, and I loved it. And I'd go see this. I guess one of my first earliest experiences was I guess it was Middlesboro, and we'd go to this restaurant on the weekends sometimes when I'd go up there. I think it was in Middlesboro, and there was a bluegrass band that'd play there every weekend, and I'd get chicken tenders. And
that's a sweet
it was
memory.
great. It was really fun, and I got to go through a tunnel too on the way, which I loved as a kid. Getting to go through a tunnel.
Hey, yeah. Ella and Charlie, I was wondering, were either of your families, kin, impacted by the flood?
No, mine were not.
Pineville.
Luckily.
My grandparents live at kind of the head of the Elkhorn Creek, which runs down from the breaks, and they live in downtown Elkhorn City, which surprisingly does not flood often. But when you drive about 5 to 7 minutes down Elkhorn Creek, those people have all been affected. So thankfully, where they live downtown in Elkhorn City has not been flooded, but everywhere beyond that, from Ash Camp down towards Jenkins as you get into Letcher County, and then obviously a lot of the damage has happened right down the road when you get back on 23 off that highway in Whitesburg. So.
Yeah, right. Well, Charlie, you want to introduce us to Mr. Grant Curless, and then we'll let Grant take it from wherever you leave off.
Yeah, this is Grant.
And Grant,
he's
maybe
been
you can
playing-
swing that. Why don't you swing that mic over so you can talk when the time comes?
I know Grant's been playing guitar since he was a kid, and took some lessons and stuff in Nashville, and learned a lot from guys like Chris Scruggs, the grandson of Earl Scruggs and stuff, and kind of cut his teeth down there for a while. And Grant's also been a huge influence on me too in my guitar playing as well. I've learned a lot from him. And
Nice.
I'll let him pick it up from there.
Well, Grant, I got to tell you, you do. you do justice to whatever music I hear you play, whether it's blues or whether it's acoustic or electric or this was. And this is the first time I've heard you do this. And this might be awkward, but you're going to be speaking into the mic while we talk. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. So tell us more.
Well, I've been playing this bad boy for a little while, and I'm feel incredibly lucky to be able to travel around with people like Jay and Nari and different people and play this cool instrument. So,
well, that is a cool instrument, and maybe there are people watching who are familiar with sort of what's going on there. But I understand the idea of a pedal steel, where you actually have pedals with arms that actually stretch out things going on the neck. But you have a different kind of rig there. What do you have going on?
Well, it's just straight steel, 8 strings, and tuned to C6, and you just have to bend your bar a little bit to get different things.
So is there a bar there, or is that all electronics? No, I mean the pedal. Is the pedal hooked up to something?
Yeah,
is
it's just a volume pedal.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
Yeah.
for swells and different things.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a great sound. Is that an old instrument?
Yeah, probably from
particular
the
one?
50s, I'd suppose.
Can somebody get into one of those for a reasonable price?
Yeah.
Yeah?
They're I think Recording King and Gretsch has a lot of affordable lap steels that you can get.
Like new ones?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Super fun.
Well, cool. Well, you're a beautiful player, and
well, thank
it's
you.
really, really good to see you again and to hear the way you contribute to this outfit.
Well, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, nice stuff.
Hi, Mom.
All right, all right. Hey, put that mic back up there for Jay where it belongs, and so lift up the arm on that, Jay. There you go. There you go.
bring it
That
down a
work
little bit.
okay,
Yeah, that's all right.
Mr. Commons? Is that good? All right, good. So Jay, let's go back to where we were. You said, well, I got a bunch of things I want to say. First of all, your songwriting. I'm really enjoying. I'm really enjoying your songs a lot, and just kind of getting lost in the things you're talking about. I so far have especially enjoyed Marigold Sky.
Cool.
And and there's something about that. You said that I sort of imagined you going through a bunch of pictures.
Right.
And maybe this isn't exactly what happened, but it seemed like what a great writing exercise to
It
take
kind
a
of is.
stack of pictures and write 2 sentences or 2 lines about each picture that you see. Is that what happened when you wrote that?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote it like talking to a black and white photo of someone whom I've missed, someone who passed, and so that line, black and white guy, looking at me, I'm looking back at you. So yeah, I did. I didn't that's a good point. I mean, that is kind of a good exercise. But yeah, I'd say that's exactly what happened. Yeah, I flipped through them, and I was inspired by that photo, and then another photo of a sunset where you get the Marigold Sky, and it just literally is the photos. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's fun, and your stuff is funny too. I really like this song. I'm sort of starting to lose track of what came when, but I mean, I really like we don't want to hear white guys complaining or white guys whining. And
I get some hoots and hollers, and I think some people are misunderstanding what I'm saying because they're pretty excited when I say it, and they should feel reflective. But no, I'm just kidding. I like when it happens. It's a lot of fun to get someone holler at for anything at any show. It's just a lot of fun, and yeah, I love playing that song. Charlie likes it too.
Well, I know Charlie said that's the
But
first
I
thing he
also,
said.
but I'll also say, yeah, I never know why people are hooting and hollering. I hope it's for the
They
right
think it
reason.
sounds. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's just been a lot of fun. Tell me about the so your writing style. Your writing style came. You referenced Dylan, and I would think John Prine. I hear sort of that.
Yeah, no, I was not a John Prine fan or privy to John Prine at all growing up. I didn't listen to John Prine at all. I found Blaze Foley's version of Clay Pigeons when like 4 years ago, and love John Prine. I respect it. I appreciate it. Somehow he's not an artist that I have dove into, and more recently people have been comparing me to John Prine.
Oh, really?
In different ways. I think since he died, I know a lot of people, appreciate that sound, and if they see that in my picking, that's cool.
Well, I think he would have appreciated hearing.
Well, that's really kind.
The kinds of songs that you're writing.
That's really kind.
Yeah. And I think he would have been fine with the fact that you weren't influenced by
Okay.
him as well. He'd probably like that better.
Good.
Hey, let's go to back to your story real quick, because I kind of want to get through some of the fun stories that you
Yeah.
have to tell. About after, so you got baptized at 17,
Yeah.
then you went on, and then what about after high school? So
After high school, I kind of wasted a lot of time. I did a lot of partying and doing nothing. And
were you sad or anything like that, or just a
I was sad.
kid?
Yeah, I was probably sad. Yeah, I don't know. Like don't really want to go into it too much.
Yeah.
But I was just partying. For another word for it, I was partying, and
were
I
escaping.
was escaping. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just was not spending my time properly. I mean, I was writing songs always because that's what I do, but I wasn't really wasn't viewing myself as an adult. I wasn't viewing myself as important, and so I just wasted a lot of time. Really, is what I did until about a few years ago. I had been in a couple bands, had tried different projects out, and didn't really stick for me. I wasn't really having fun playing live with bands and in louder music. And it took me a while to just return back to my natural state of being, which is just writing folk songs and committing to it, because I would get into this place where I write folk songs, and then you bring them to a band and it kind of becomes something else, especially with rock music players. It really just changes the whole thing, and I wasn't having fun, and ended up, I don't know if this is kosher, I'm gonna say it anyway, but I had an acid trip, and which also influenced me to not do anything like that anymore. I don't trip or anything like that, but no, I did. I had an acid trip and I just felt completely not myself, and I didn't want to play music anymore. I remember I took my social media down and told my friends I'm not playing, I'm not a musician anymore, I'm not doing this anymore, because I just felt so bad. And sometimes when you do, that substance puts you in a headspace that, it's risky, obviously. I'm not going to advocate for it, but if anybody is familiar, it shows you a mirror pretty quickly if you're not prepared for it, and it did that. And so left town, we went and traveled, worked on some.
You and
Me and my girlfriend Ellen.
yeah, who's here,
Yeah.
right? Hey, Ellen.
But I just needed to evaluate myself as an adult. I needed to stop being goofy and playing stuff I wasn't interested in, and it took that moment, I think, to do that. I don't know if that's okay.
Yeah.
I guess I said it already.
Well, no, I
but-
mean, look at that. That can be a really transformative
Yeah.
experience
And-
for lots of folks on lots of different levels.
Right, and since then, I just don't. I forget who said it, but you get the message, you hang up the phone, and that's exactly what I did.
Good. So take us then to some of your experiences you had out west.
Yeah,
and-
we went
and
out
Ellen.
west just kind of by the seat of our pants. We bought a $800 Astro van, hollowed it out, and just kind of laid on the floor. We went out to Grass Valley, California, which is where our first farm was supposed to be, and dude bailed on us. He actually suggested we come up to a Grateful Dead festival, but we didn't have the time to do that, so we left Grass Valley. We went up more to into Northern California to Arcata and Eureka, and we met people at the skate parks. We just went to skate parks and asked for work, and they hooked us up at some farms, trimming legal weed. It literally was $10.99, like, pretty interesting. But we worked on a few of those, ended up being pretty destitute, got stuck in the Bay Area, and I picked up a job at a kitchen. And then Ellen started working at the kitchen with me, and we were just out there and sleeping in Chrissy Park, like looking at the Golden Gate Bridge every night. And it's, I suggest it. I go on the lam. I suggest it if you're young and you're just do it. I know it's harder now, but it was before COVID, and actually gas was a little bit cheaper, so it's kind of easier.
Sounds kind of dreamy.
Yeah, I guess it was. It was really hard. And it's, if you want those experiences in life, it's going to be hard and you're going to be uncomfortable. But I'm just that kind of guy. I'm happy being uncomfortable. I'm happy taking the harder chair if someone needs a cushion or something like that. Like, I don't have any problems roughing it. I love it. And it's all my life. All my experiences have come from just throwing myself into it. And I've come out the other end all right about it.
Yeah, you seem good.
Good.
Yeah,
he thinks I
you
seem good.
He does seem good. And so to your style of guitar playing, you credit Sam Beam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like Iron and Wine?
I do a little bit.
Cool,
yeah.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely credit Sam Beam. I think that I just love the way that he picks. And I don't know if I was trying to mimic the sound or not, but play a little bit.
Oh, yeah. And it's a two-finger style.
I think he does do two-finger style. I don't know. That's just what I did. But, I used to learn on that song a lot. You know that one?
Maybe.
She says, wake up, there's no use. So I used to play that a lot, and I really attribute that to how I play the guitar. And I just didn't even notice it. I was young, and I was just doing it, and as I've gotten older, some dudes have been like, oh, are you flat picking or are you claw hammering? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just playing. And now I appreciate, obviously, knowing the verbiage. But I'm just so ADD that I just wasn't concerned with learning what I was doing. I was just doing.
Yeah, but you found something that really works for you,
Yeah.
and it's also cool that you have something that's unique, that you can kind of call your own, or some hybrid of something that you discovered out there, and it's not a style that we hear a lot of folks on here play. So it's great. Really enjoy it.
Yeah, I've gotten different comparisons. My favorite one I got was grunge country. I like that a lot. Or like grunge grass. I think Charlie made that up, or that might be a thing already. I don't know, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
How did you end up back in Lexington after all these? Let's go full circle. After all these
Ellen and I just landed back in Lexington. We were kind of looking to be on our own and independent of certain scenes or circles that we had been a part of. And I just love it here. I mean, it's like a overgrown union. For me, it's like a overgrown union with a little city center, which is kind of cool. And yeah, I don't know, like I wouldn't. Plus, it's a little cheaper here. Honestly, it's a little cheaper than Northern Kentucky. So, yeah, we just kind of landed here. We just kind of landed and decided that we wanted to stay. It's Ellen's hometown. Yeah, I've just loved living here. I have loved being here. And we actually took almost a year living in Stanton, working for a cabin company in the Gorge, right when COVID hit. We were down there. So, yeah, I've just kind of been around.
Yeah. Well, it's good. We're glad you're back here.
Thank you.
And I'm glad we met, and I'm especially glad you could bring everybody on to Red Barn
It's been a
to
lot
play.
of fun.
Had a nice time.
It's been different for me, like with the whole production and everything. It's definitely like this has been an experience, like a learning experience for me for sure. Playing with you guys, and yeah, it's cool.
Well, we're having a great time, and you're going to love the recording, and I know the audience is enjoying
I hope
what
so.
you're doing. So,
Hi, Mom. I don't know if my mom's watching.
yeah. Hey, Mom. Hey, let's get back to some music with Jay Skaggs.
Get my picks here. So this next song is a song called Off Ramps, and it's kind of about traveling and everything we've just been talking about, just being in and out and wanting to be home. And Well, I've been staring down Interstate 71, passing all my favorite places, paying my phone bill and call my mom. Well, I can't tell her what I'm doing, 'cause I've been known to fall asleep in the streets with the critters and the freaks. And all them critters get familiar with me. They try to tell me that I'm gonna be right back. Hey, you know that's a matter of fact. Well, I've been ripping up Interstate 75, passing all my favorite hauntings, paying my phone bill and text my guy, call my brother if he wants it, 'cause I've been known to drive around AWOL with my hair on fire. And I've been known to walk around in the rain. I've been known to cross a wire or two. You know I'm talking to you. And I've had 100 broken hearts, and I've lived 1,000 times. Lord knows that I ain't been around half as long as it feels like. Well, I've got a long way to go, but I don't got shit to show. Lord only knows. Well, I've got pockets full of dust and gold. Yeah, I've been pinching all my pennies. Yeah, I've got something that I just can't hold. I've been wasting all my honey. Yeah, I've seen people speaking tongues for real, hoping salvation is in the sound. And I've had people going down in the night, thinking salvation is on the other side of now. And I wish they'd stuck around. And I've had 100 broken hearts, and I've lived 1,000 times. Lord knows that I ain't been around half as long as it feels like. And I've got a long way to go, but I don't got shit to show. Lord only knows. What's a bill? No? Yeah. All right, this song is called Born Here. It's got some political opinions in it. Really wasn't sharing it. I wasn't playing it out at all, but I played it for these guys and they liked it. So now it's one of the songs that we know how to play. Anyway, this song is called Born Here. Tulsa, Oklahoma, 1921. Well, I surely never knew ya, but I'd seen what they had done with the bomb and the gun. Memphis, Tennessee, 1866. The devil roamed the streets. He took it brick for brick. Well, if I wasn't born here, I wouldn't want to be here. If I wasn't born here, I wouldn't want to be here. Well, if I wasn't born here, I wouldn't want to be here. If I wasn't born here. New York, USA, 2001. Remember what they say. Been fooling everyone. Go to war, blow me up. One more century down the drain. Well, if I wasn't born here, I wouldn't want to be here. If I wasn't born here, I wouldn't want to be here. Yeah, if I wasn't born here, I wouldn't want to be here. If I wasn't born here. Somewhere outside of Baghdad, some live to tell the tale. Some wearing Uncle Sam's hat, came home and went to jail in a flash to serve a country like that. From a cell. Well, if I wasn't born here, I wouldn't want to be here. Well, if I wasn't born here, I wouldn't want to be here. Well, if I wasn't born here, I wouldn't want to be here. If I wasn't born here. Thanks. Okay, yeah, so that song's called Born Here. Next one we're going to do is we're going to do our cover song. And we got a medley. So we've got Everybody's Talking by Hear Nielsen and Gentle on My Mind. So we're going to do a verse of Gentle on My Mind and mix it all in. Okay. Everybody's talking at me. I can't hear a word they're saying. Only the echoes of my mind. People stop and staring. I can't see their faces. Only the shadows of my eyes. Well, I'm going where the sun keeps shining through the pouring rain. Somewhere where the weather suits my clothes. Banking off of the northeast wind, sailing on summer breeze, skipping over the ocean like a stone. It's knowing that your door is always open and your path is free to walk. That makes me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind your couch. It's knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words or bonds, or ink stains that are dried up on some line. That keeps you in the back roads by the rivers of my memory. That keeps you ever gentle on my mind. Well, I'm going where the sun keeps shining through the pouring rain. Somewhere where the weather suits my clothes. Banking off of the northeast wind, sailing on summer breeze, skipping over the ocean like a stone.
Well, there are so many people to thank for our program tonight. First, Jay Skaggs and his band, our guest this evening. We are ever grateful for our volunteers and staff, of course, who make our production happen so beautifully each week. We want to thank all of you for listening to our webcast, watching us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and those listening to us on the Red Barn network of stations and media worldwide. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn's premier radio partner, NPR, for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen online at weku.org. It's your chance to hear more great live music from Red Barn Radio and WEKU, NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Hey, those of you here in the Central Kentucky area, you got to be sure to check out Red Barn TV. It's our weekly program of music, now on ABC 36 WTVQ. Red Barn Radio comes to you from our home, the Arts Place Performance Hall in downtown Lexington, Kentucky. Our website has updates and further information on our guests and our program. We're on the web at redbarnradio.com. Now, before we close out tonight's program, how about if we bring back the Jay Skaggs Band for one more number? You guys good for that?
Yeah, I think
All right.
I'll do one by myself, if that's all right.
Sure.
I think I'll just do one alone. Just gonna watch me. Well, I've got a pocket full of lifetime of rhymes. Someone is watching to spit in my eye. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take this earpiece out. It's kind of, yeah. It's not natural. Just kidding. Oh yeah, that's a lot better, really. That's crazy. All right. Well, I've got a pocket full lifetime of rhymes. Someone is watching to spit in my eye. And I've got some problems, you know I know why. Summer sun can't run, summer sun can't shine. Summer sun can't hide, the excuses run dry on me. The river is frozen, the freezer's broke. Your refrigerator's running, but nobody's home. Prank called dreamland, I dream all the time. It's always about you, and I'll try not to cry. Well, the sun shines on you, and the moon glows on my face. Well, the sun shines on you, man, I wish I'd knowed how. Junkyard dog and romance on a chain. The table is empty and I'm out in the rain. My world in the limelight, old hair in my brain. Well, I miss it forever and I won't be the same. The ghost in my bedroom, daydream on my break. Work is depressing and I can't stay awake. Work is depressing and I can't stay awake. Well, the sun shined on you, and the moon glows on my face. Well, the sun shined on you, man, I wish I knew how. I've got something that some folks don't. There's love in my heart, but Cain in my soul. Well, Well, I rise up above it, no devils to snare. My sinning is splitting, just try not to stare. The night's always young, and there's room in that chair. That bed's in the next room, just up the stairs. You go and get ready, and he'll meet you up there. Thanks.
Thanks, Jay. Jay Skaggs. Well, that's all for our show for this week. But you can see and hear Red Barn Radio worldwide as we stream live on the web on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern in North America. You can also listen to archive performances on Spotify and iTunes, and you can watch mountains of video on the Red Barn Radio YouTube channel. Hey, and remember this, every like, comment, share, and subscribe helps bring roots music Southern style to your neck of the woods. Hey, and finally this, if any of our featured artists like Jay Skaggs are performing in your area, go out and hear them live. They need you now more than ever. From all of us here at Red Barn Radio now to all of our friends worldwide, keep working together to be safe and healthy, and until next time, good night from Red Barn Radio. Number? Okay.